Shalom, good people of God. How well do you understand your dream? Every child of God, when you wake up, you need to understand your dream. Every individual is very important for you to understand your dream. Look, something happened with this gentleman. Let me explain. A gentleman who lives in Liberia. One day, this gentleman was about to go out. But the morning before he was about to go out, he had a dream. In a dream, he saw a sheep being knocked down by a vehicle and the sheep heads scattered. So when he had this dream, he was wondering, what is the meaning of this dream? He couldn't understand the dream. So what happened? He took his shower and then prepared his child and then asked his child to go to school whilst he's also going. So he got to the office and then he had a call that, hey, your child or your son just went out from the school to go and buy something, and then a vehicle has knocked down your child. Your child is dead. We've not even picked the body. He's on the street now. He went there and then he saw the child. What he saw in his dream, that was the sheep that was knocked down by a car that has the head being scattered. The same scenario was what the child was going through. You see, the dangers of dreams. The reason why we need to understand our dreams. What are some of the importance of dreams? Sometimes we are human beings. We ask ourselves certain questions. Why am I going through this? Should I invest in this business? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I marry this person? Should I do this? Should I do that? After we ask those questions, something happened. Our dream life happens to be some of the avenue or most of the avenue that God uses to release the revelation concerning what we've asked for us. I don't know your belief system. Maybe you don't believe in God, but even the atheists, they take their dream life seriously. One thing that we need to understand is this: as long as we are Christians, Job 33:14 verse 15, God speaks to us in various ways, but is that we don't understand. He speaks to us sometimes in a dream that we don't understand. So now, a dream that this gentleman had, that a sheep was knocked down by a car, because this guy couldn't understood his dream. What happened? His child went away. Someone who asks, dream, what is the importance of dream? There are various reasons why you need to understand. Number one, we sideline dream to be the way that God communicates with us. Can I shock you? Anytime that someone has a dream, it's not all dreams that come from God. Let me tell you something. One day, a gentleman had a dream. This gentleman had a dream. He saw that the wife was cheating with a neighbor. So this guy woke up and then told the wife, I had a dream you've been having an affair with this neighbor. The wife said, no, it's not true. The guy said, yes, my dream does not fail me. And then this guy is also a traditionalist. So the guy said, okay, for you to accuse me of this, I will curse. If what you are saying is true, may I die. But if what you are saying is false, may you suffer the consequence. And this guy cursed. 3 months later, the one who had a dream, who was accusing the neighbor that the neighbor is having an affair with the wife, this guy had a swelling belly. His belly swelled as if someone that is pregnant. And then, true to that, this guy, they went somewhere. Everywhere they went, they told her, hey, you've lied on someone, so you need to go and confess. You've disgraced that person and the lady. Later, they tried to do everything they could. This guy lost his life, his death, because he couldn't understand the dream. One thing that we need to understand is, as I'm saying, any time that a child of God, there is a dream, you need to first of all understand the dream. Is it a dream to be understood, or is it a dream to pray against? Thirdly, also, you need a man with the ability to be able to scan or to discern, to know the origin of that dream or that vision. Failure to understand that dreams must to be scanned to understand its origin might cost you a lot of things. The same thing happened with the issue of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat was going to a war, and then he called his prophets. They prophesied victory, and then he called Ahab. He called how do you call it? He called Micaiah. So when Micaiah came, Micaiah prophesied against what those prophets said, and then Micaiah showed the origin of the revelation. Micaiah described that it was a familiar spirit. It was a familiar spirit sent by God who gave that prophecy of lies. So now, dream must to be scanned. The fact that you take your dream seriously, some of the dreams, it need to be scanned to know the origin of the dream. Okay? So a dream is not something you have to joke with. The person has to have the mantle to be able to scan the dream to let you know the origin of the dream. So the fact that this guy had a dream that someone is sleeping with a wife, he went and then accused it. A lot of people has been victim of that. A lot of men of God, they are fighting their young pastors just because of dream. A lot of people don't talk to you because they have certain dreams about you. A lot of people are not attending your church because they have certain dreams about you that they don't understand. So now this time, a pastor will go through a lot of things because someone had a dream that is not from God. Because there are people, they don't have the grace to discern, to know the origin of the dream. You have a close friend whom you used to talk with nicely. Sadly, this guy had a dream that if care is not taken, you snap the husband or you snap the wife. So they are not talking to you again. You are calling them, they are not picking the call. You want to visit them at home, they don't want you to come because they had a dream. And then someone explained the dream negatively to them, so they don't understand. So one thing that we need to understand is this. Number one, God speaks to us in dream. Never must you come out without understanding your dream. Okay? A man who does not understand their dream, is very difficult for you to understand your destiny or your future. Understanding your future, you need to understand your dream. Okay? Secondly, we need to understand this. There are negative and positive people in this life. So before you will be able to interpret someone's dream, number one, you need to discern to know this individual, are they among the positive dreamers or the negative dreamers? What do I mean by that? Negative dreamers, they are the individual that when they dream that someone is dead, that means that individual will have long life. The person will not die. And the positive dreamers also, they are the type that when they dream that someone is dead, the person will die. So you need to scan the individual to know whether they are positive dreamers or negative dreamers before you give meaning to their dream. You don't have to ask them. You need to scan them spiritually to understand. Secondly, you need to scan or examine the dream to know the origin of the dream. This is from the Holy Spirit or is from the demonic world. You need to understand. Failure to do that, you will give meaning to the dream, because the reason why you need to scan is this. Some of the dreams, the meaning are the same, but where it's coming from can cause a problem. Where it's coming from can cause a problem. Sometimes you can have a cheating wife that God can show you in a dream. So when you know that this dream is coming from God, that means it assures you that what you dreamt about is true. But when you know that the source is not coming from God, you need to make sure it's there to destroy your marriage. So you need a man of God or a prophet with that mantle to help you to understand that thing. How would you be able to trace that mantle? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. They were 4 individuals anointed of God. But it was only Daniel. Daniel 1 verse 17. It was only Daniel that God gave the grace. who could understand dreams and then explain all vision. Daniel 1 verse 17. So the fact that the individual is holding the title pastor or man of God, it does not place them in that office, okay, of dreams and vision. No, you need to understand it. There are a lot of things that we need to understand about dream. So now, today, we've learned that dreams are meant to understand. So when you understand the dream, you know the purpose of it. If it's there to warn you or is there to be prayed against. The reason why it's very dangerous for you to explain a dream to a pastor with a title who does not have the grace is this. A dream that is a warning, they will tell you that pray against it. Okay, there are certain dreams, it's warning. Someone is bringing you a food and the food has been poisoned. And then God reveals that warning to you and the person brings that food. You might not say, I will eat it. No, you avoid it. You avoid it. There are certain things you pray against it. There are certain things you need to avoid it. So dreams, you need to understand the purpose of the dream. Firstly, is it to be prayed against or is it a warning? Secondly, the dreamer, is he positive dreamer or a negative dreamer? Thirdly, the origin, the source of the dream. Where is it coming from? Is it from the dark world or the light world? That is the thing. So failure to understand this will cause you a lot of problem, will cause a lot of chaos in your life. So who do you need in a whole? You need a prophet with that mantle to help you to understand. You need that prophet with the mantle of Daniel who can help you to understand certain dreams. Previously, a lady told me, hey, anytime that I'm going through, I'm having a relationship with someone, and then we are yet to get married, there is this dream that comes. When the dream comes, something will happen. We will separate. It has been happening. I don't understand. A lady told me something, hey, I don't know. You know, there are a whole lot of things about dream that time will not permit me to explain. So this hour, I encourage you, may you not joke with your dream. You need someone. Sometimes you don't have an individual that will help you to understand your dream. Subscribe to this channel. You will see my number. Anytime that you had a dream, don't hesitate. Send me a message. The Lord will use me as a vessel to help you to understand your dream. Understanding your dream is meaning understanding your destiny or your future. What you don't understand is very hard that God will give it to you. Sometimes you are making certain decisions that God has spoken about that decision, but because you didn't understood it, that is still turning around. You need a pastor, you need a prophet. It's good for you to go to church, but you need a professor or a dream dictionary. Okay, a dream dictionary, who is an individual with that mantle that God will use to bless you. Let me help you to become your dream dictionary so that you understand your dream, so that you succeed. God bless you. Ciao.